Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today is the third and final day of my road trip through the Northeast USA. So far, we've done upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, all the way up into North Maine by Mount Katahdin and the Golden Road. That was yesterday. So late last night, we drove down Interstate 95 towards home to Bangor, Maine, and got a hotel, which is where we are right now. So today, since it's the last day, is going to be spent driving home to my home in Long Island, New York from Bangor, Maine. So it's about like a 7-hour drive, and should be pretty interesting. We're going through the rest of Maine, through places like Augusta, Portland, a lot of rural Maine, then through a little bit of New Hampshire, and then into Massachusetts for my first time, and then into Connecticut, which is not going to be my first time, but I've only been in Connecticut once, and it was like, I want to say maybe a mile past the New York State border, so I've never really been to Connecticut, you know what I mean? But yeah, this trip was actually awesome, a lot of fun, so I'm sad that it's, coming to an end, but as sad as I am, it's always good to go home at the end of the day, so let's get the show on the road. Alright, y'all, so we just left the hotel. There it is in the rearview mirror. We're headed home now. Like I said, we're in Bangor, Maine. On the news though, when we were watching the news in the hotel this morning, they said that there are tornado-like conditions expected towards the Maine-New Hampshire border along Interstate 95. So we'll see how that affects us. Hopefully not too bad. Alright, so we're on Interstate 95 now. And yeah, that's it. We're pretty much just gonna take this road straight back home to New York. So we'll see what this part of I-95 has in store for us. Hopefully Massachusetts is cool. I'm looking forward to seeing that state for my first time. I really like Maine, guys, especially where we were last night in North Maine. It's a beautiful state. I mean, the wilderness here is insane. You know what I mean? Like the rugged peaks and all the evergreen trees. It's really amazing. However though, right now it's about 8:20 in the morning, so we're just gonna drive through Maine, and I guess I'll just see you guys a little bit later whenever there's something to share. So yeah, here's us finishing up Maine. Guys, so I'm starting to see what the news meant by tornado conditions. Weather's coming down pretty hard. I mean, look at this rain right now. It's crazy. Alright guys, so we made a stop at a Circle K. Whenever I go on road trips, I always love to see what local gas stations and rest stops and convenience stores are in different parts of the country. Like if you go to I don't want to say the Midwest, but Pennsylvania, New Jersey, you got Wawa. If you go down south, you have places like Buc-ee's. If you go basically anywhere in the country really that's down south or out west, you got Love's. But then if you go up here to the north, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, I've been seeing a lot of 3 stores called Maple Fields, Cumberland Farms, and Circle K's mixed with Irving gas stations, which is pretty cool. So I've noticed a pattern of that in this part of the country, and I don't know why, I just like doing that. The Circle K's and everything are kind of all over, as you've seen in my vlogs from the past weeks, but Maple Fields and Cumberland Farms are they're all over as well, but they're more in the rural areas, I guess. I don't know why, but however, I changed into my Mount Washington hoodie that I got yesterday, because it's raining pretty hard, and if there's one thing you guys don't know about me, is that I absolutely hate being wet when I don't want to be wet. So alright guys, so we're just continuing on I-95. It's a little bit later now in the day, and we're outside Portland now, which is the biggest city in Maine, so maybe I'll be able to see the skyline from somewhere. Who knows though? It's a little hazy out today, so we'll see what happens. was saying, it's cloudy, but you can kind of see some buildings over there. Pretty cool. That came out of nowhere. We were just driving and it was cloudy out, maybe a little drizzle, and then boom, that just came out of nowhere. Everyone on the highway just stopped short. That was so funny. Alright, y'all, so we're almost out of Maine and into New Hampshire, but we're running into some traffic, and I don't know why. Probably because it's Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and that's kind of like a big city, so I would imagine that is the reason, but still, it's annoying. New Hampshire state line, 6 miles. That's what we get. Alright, yo, so that bridge is gonna take us into New Hampshire. So we can kiss Maine goodbye. It was a very fun state. I cannot wait to come back here. Alright guys, we have entered New Hampshire. This part of New Hampshire is very different from where we were yesterday. Where we were yesterday was all up in the White Mountains in northern New Hampshire, you know, and it was all just like mountains and woods. Here it's all like suburban and you know, like even city-like, which is crazy. So very two different New Hampshires. It's still rural as hell though, because like sometimes there's just nothing but trees, but you know, definitely a lot less than where we were yesterday, that's for sure. So guys, this drive through New Hampshire was kind of boring, honestly. Not really a lot to see over here. And not only that, it's very, very short, so we are going to be in Massachusetts in like 5 minutes, not even. Massachusetts welcomes you. Alright guys, we made it to Massachusetts. I can't believe it, another new state. My first time ever in Massachusetts. My 22nd state, man. At 21 years old, that's not bad. It's kind of impressive, and all by road too. Just like my goal. Slowly making dreams come true. Just wait until next year. I'm not a big fan of foreshadowing things on this channel. I like to surprise you guys with all the videos, but just wait until next year. Cruising through Massachusetts. We actually have to pass through a lot of the state, so hopefully we'll see some cool stuff. If not, the interstate is still pretty scenic. We might get off the highway and get something to eat soon. Alright guys, so we pulled off in this town. Not really sure where we are right now, but this is what it looks like. Exactly what I pictured Massachusetts to look like. Very old, colonial New England looking Cape Cod houses, you know. So up ahead in the distance, we got the skyline of Worcester, which is pretty cool. Yep, here's Worcester. This is a much better view of the skyline than before. That down there. Alright guys, so we left Massachusetts. I accidentally fell asleep and we crossed from Massachusetts into Connecticut. So we're in Connecticut now, and look what we found. A Love's. Guys, I'm so mad because I rarely fall asleep in the car, but like, I don't know, I guess I was just mad beat up this weekend that like, I literally just knocked for 10 minutes and we crossed over into Connecticut from Massachusetts, and I missed like the sign and everything. So yeah, that sucks, but we're in Connecticut. Massachusetts was kind of boring, not gonna lie. But again, we didn't really do anything there. We kind of just drove through. But we'll see what Connecticut has in store for us. But yeah, we stopped at Love's. Got the nachos, of course, and iced tea, and the water, because it's mad hot right now. And it really wasn't up in Maine or anything. It was really cold, actually. Like, cold enough to wear a hoodie in late June and be completely comfortable. And we are in the Love's parking lot right now. Check out the view from it. It's pretty nice. So we're keeping on driving, and look at that. Got the skyline of Hartford, Connecticut in the distance, which is cool. traffic is absolutely terrible, guys. It's actually terrible, and I can't stand that because we just want to get home now. We're in like Fairfield, Connecticut right now. Alright guys, well, hours later, we finally got out of Connecticut and entered New York. We're crossing over the Throgs Neck Bridge now, which will take us to Queens and then home to Long Island. And there is the New York City skyline. I was saying in the first video of this vacation series that when I'm driving out of New York and when I'm driving into New York, I always look at the New York City skyline, either get closer or get further away, and I'm always like, yep, that's my home. So when I see it for the first time when I'm coming back from vacation, I know I'm home, because that's it. Born and raised in New York City. Alright everyone, well, I am home. I mean, I don't really know what to say. This trip was just really epic. You know, I really enjoyed that part of the country. You know, the 3 states, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, like they're all really, really awesome. Very, very similar, but also very, very different. And I enjoyed each one of them immensely. And I definitely will be going back. This is another trip for the books, another adventure. But, you know, like I was saying earlier, as much as I enjoy travel, it's always good to be home, you know. But, yeah, another trip in the books. I am happy to be home today, though, because that traffic in Connecticut, for whatever reason, was just so rough. Like, we were literally in Connecticut for hours, just, like, riding through. And the traffic was, like, for no reason either. Like, when we got to the point where the traffic was over, there wasn't anything. There wasn't road work, there wasn't an accident, there wasn't anything. It was just, like, nonsense. So, yeah, I mean, despite that, the rest of the trip was just awesome, like I was saying. And, yeah, it's time to rest up now before the next trip, whenever that may be. I know when it is, but you guys don't. And I'm gonna keep quiet on that because I like to, you know, like I was saying before, keep things a surprise. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the New England road trip series. If you did, definitely check out my channel for more adventures just like this adventure, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.